Good evening. Tonight, WBFR Playhouse on the air and our sponsors present a story of suspense and mystery entitled The 39 Steps. Each week at this hour, we invade your living rooms, providing your radio holdups and bringing you exciting stories of the strange and unusual. Dark and compelling yarns culled from the four corners of the world, bringing mysteries back into the home where it belongs. Tonight we present a tale immortalized on celluloid by the master of suspense, Alfred Hitchcock, The 39 Steps. This evening's jolly little tale begins with a murder, and then things get really serious, and the danger begins. Now, before you get the wrong idea, let me make one thing clear. I abhor violence, and that is why on this program we use stabbing, shooting, and garroting, only when it is absolutely necessary. Our play begins in a music hall, and the title is The 39 Steps. That's all I intend to tell you, and you'll have to figure out the rest yourself.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. With your kind attention and permission, I now have the honor of presenting to you one of the most remarkable men in the world, Mr. Memory. Every day he commits to memory 50 new facts. That's right, 50, ladies and gentlemen. Facts from history, geography, newspapers, scientific books, and more. And he remembers all of them. Test him, ladies and gentlemen, test him. Ask him any question you'd like, and he'll answer you fully and freely. Mr. Memory.
Thank you.
A question, please. Ladies first.
Where has my old man been since last Saturday?
Encore.
Out with his bit. A serious question, madam.
What won the Derby in 1921?
It was John Hanks with his humorist. He won at an odd of 6-1 with Steve Donaghy as runner-up, and in second and third there was Hank Hamilton and Frederick Wilson. He was 34 years old. Am I right?
Right, sir.
Thank you very much. Another question, please.
How
What
many
causes
races did
kicking
Nick the Miller
balls?
win?
How far is Winnipeg from Montreal?
Who was the first British heavyweight champion of the world?
That would be Brett Fritz Simmons. He defeated John Carter in October of 1897, and that was the American heavyweight champion. Am I right?
Yes, sir. How old is Mae West?
How many races did Nick the Miller win?
How far is Winnipeg from Montreal?
Where's my old man been since last Saturday?
Probably hiding from you so he doesn't have to answer your silly questions.
How far is Winnipeg from Montreal?
Winnie who?
How far is Winnipeg from Montreal?
A gentleman from Canada. You're welcome, sir. Winnipeg, the third city of Canada and the capital of Manitoba. It would be 1,710 miles. Am I right, sir?
Quite right. What causes Let the lady through. Stand back. Take her out of this. I'll get you out of this. There you are, miss. Take a good deep breath.
Thank you.
Are you all right?
I believe so. I just had to get out of that theater, that's all.
A lot of people had that idea.
It wasn't the panic that frightened me. It was something else.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
Oh, I'm in terrible trouble. Will you help me?
What kind of trouble?
Oh, I can't tell you here. Can we go someplace and talk?
Well, my flat is nearby.
May I come home with you?
It's your funeral. Come on, there's a bus. Go in, miss.
Thank you.
Now, if I can just find this light switch.
Oh, no. Don't turn on the lights. You'll be safer.
I don't understand.
Will you pull down the blinds, please?
Very well.
Now, this just puts me doubly in the dark. My name's Richard Hannay. Any objections to telling me yours?
No, it's Smith. Annabella Smith.
Smith? Really?
Is there anything wrong with it?
No, it's just an unusual name.
Do you want to know more about me? What do you think I do for a living?
Actress?
Not in the way you.
Chorus?
Certainly not. I'm a freelance.
Out for adventure, eh?
That's right. Oh, don't answer the telephone.
Why not?
I think it's for me. Please don't answer.
Say, what's this all about? You said you were in some kind of trouble.
You don't believe me, do you?
I believe you're slightly hysterical.
If I am, I have good reason. I was the one who fired those shots in the theater tonight.
You? Why?
To create a diversion, I had to get away from that theater quickly, so two men wanted to kill me.
Why should anyone want to kill you?
You wouldn't understand.
A beautiful, mysterious woman pursued by gunmen. It sounds like a spy story.
That's exactly what it is, only I prefer the word agent.
Agent? For what country?
Any country that pays me.
What is your country?
I have no country.
Born in a balloon, eh? I suppose you've come to dig up some great big state secret.
No, I'm here to save a secret, a very important secret for this country. Not because I love England, but because it will pay me better. The very brilliant agent of a certain foreign power is on the point of obtaining a secret vital to your air defense. I tracked two of his men to that music hall. Unfortunately, they recognize me. That's why they're after me now.
You ever heard of a thing called persecution mania?
You still don't believe me?
I believe you're rather hysterical.
Have you ever heard of the 39 steps?
No. What's that? A pub?
Never mind. But what you were laughing at earlier is true. These men are ruthless, and I'm the only person who can stop them. They're not stopped. It's a matter of days, perhaps hours, before the secret is out of the country.
How do you plan to stop them? You know what? I think you just need a good night's rest.
Yes, I do.
You're welcome to my bed. I'll get a shakedown on the couch.
Are you sure you don't mind?
Sleeping on the couch? Why, I've done it dozens of times.
No, I mean, being in danger.
Well, I'm not quite convinced of that yet. Now, is there anything I can get you?
Have you a map of Scotland, perhaps?
A map of Scotland? Well, I have an atlas over here if I can just find. You going deer stalking or just plain hiking?
There's a man in Scotland whom I must visit if anything is to be done.
The 39 steps are in Scotland, I suppose?
Perhaps I'll tell you tomorrow, Mr. Hannay.
Good night, Annabella.
Good night.
I'll call the doctor. It's dead.
You've got to stop those men.
How am I supposed to stop them?
Henrik! Professor! Scotland!
Who is this professor?
They'll get you like they did me!
Annabella! ticket for Kendrick, please.
One, sir?
Yes, one, please, and thank you.
One ticket for Kendrick Scotland. All aboard!
Excuse me, is this seat taken?
Not by us, it ain't. Sit down, young fellow.
Thank you.
Newspapers, magazines, chocolates, cigarettes.
You know, I wonder who won the 2 o'clock at Windsor.
I don't know. Get a paper. Let's find out.
Paper, please. The dispatch.
Go on. What one?
Bachelor Bud, 7 to 4 odds.
Not so good.
Hello. Look at this. A woman murdered in West End flat.
Those dramas don't appeal to me.
But Portland Mansions, Portland Place.
By the BBC. That's a nice, quiet place to get put to sleep. What was she? Another one of the usual tipsy blondes?
It says she was a well-dressed woman of about 25 found with a knife in her back. Lieutenant Richard Hannay is missing. The police are hot on the trail and watching with a careful eye all points of departure from London.
So that was what they were doing.
Who?
Oh, the Scotland Yard. Those bummies. I saw them get on the train. Asking plenty of questions they would too.
Ah, looky here. There's a picture of that Hannay chap.
Well, let's have a look at him. Rough looking lot, ain't he?
Excuse me.
Say, young fellow, where are you going? Don't you like that seat?
I do, thank you, but I just remembered something.
He was in a bit of a hurry, wasn't he?
Excuse me, miss, but I have to do this.
Oh, nothing in here, Chief, except a man grabbing a bit.
Let's go around and circle back.
I'm not accustomed to strange men barging into my compartment, let alone kissing me.
I assure you, miss, that I'm no stranger than most, and kissing you is my way of hiding, not introducing myself.
Really? Well, I'm not interested. Now, will you please go?
I can't.
What? Why not?
It isn't safe.
Listen to me. Are you going, or shall I have to call the conductor?
No, please don't do that. You see, my name is Richard Hannay.
Hannay? Why, you're the man the police are looking for.
Yes, but I'm innocent, I swear. Will you please help me? It's terribly important that I be free for the next few days.
Yes, of course.
That's fine.
You say the police are on the train looking for you.
Yes, and that's why I forced my way in here.
And just how am I supposed to help you?
The police are looking for a man traveling alone. If we're here together, they'll just assume we're together and pass us by.
How clever you are.
So you'll do it?
Yes, of course.
Say, you're alright. What's your name?
I'm Pamela Stewart.
Pamela. It's rather pretty. It suits you.
Thank you.
Remember, I'll sit here and pretend to read. You do the talking.
All right. Come in.
Excuse me, miss. Have either of you seen a young man pass through here? Scruffy and ugly.
Why, no. Wait, are you the police?
That's right.
This is the man you want. He watched his way in here and told me his name is Richard Hannay.
Why?
Rabbit!
Let go of me!
Are you Richard Hannay?
Why, yes, and thank you very much, Miss Stewart.
Well, you didn't expect me to harbor murder, did you?
I am not a murderer, and I was hoping that you would give me the chance to prove that.
We'll see about that. Come on, Hannay.
Right, I'll go with you willingly. In fact, I'll lead the way.
Rabbit! Oh, God.
He's holding it from the other side!
Open that door!
You try. 1, 2, 3! Go!
Where is he?
Where'd he go?
There he is, down the passageway.
Stop! Oh, he jumped! He jumped off the train!
He's probably getting a ditch by now.
No! Last I saw him, he was on his 2 feet, running like a rabbit.
Air travel has come a long way since passengers crouched in open cockpits, bundled to the eyes. Now, comfort makes its greatest advance in the history of flight. Imagine an airplane so perfectly air-conditioned that even the faintest trace of tobacco smoke is filtered from the atmosphere you breathe. Gracious stewardesses serve you cocktails and champagne dinners aloft, and pilots with years of experience in the friendly skies guide you smoothly to fascinating destinations just hours away. Mount Rushmore, the Statue of Liberty, and San Francisco's Golden Gate Bridge, just to name a few. On North by Northwest Airlines, the world leader in air travel, first class is the only service we offer. So, come fly with North by Northwest and get a real picture of how wonderful air travel can be.
Whatever direction you should fly, try North by Northwest. With first class service high in the sky, fly North by Northwest. Destinations galore, so much fun in store, from sea to shining sea. When it's time for up and away, fly North by Northwest.
Call North by Northwest Airlines ticket offices or see your travel agent today.
When it's time for up and away, fly North by Northwest.
That was beautifully put. And now, back to the 39 steps.
Hannah escapes! Hannah escapes! Paper! Paper! Extra! Extra! Hannah escapes! Hannah escapes!
2 days have passed, and Richard Hannay, wanted for a murder he did not commit, is still at large. Determined to discover the secret of the 39 steps, he made his way to Scotland. The driver of a donkey cart is giving him a lift, and he's now on the last leg of the journey.
Are you going to stay long in Montreal, laddie?
Well, I suppose that depends. I'm looking for work. You suppose I could find something?
I have my doubts, laddie. Montreal is a mighty small village. What do you do?
I'm a chauffeur.
Oh, well, I'm thinking you better try elsewhere.
Are you sure? Are you sure there aren't any newcomers who might need a chauffeur?
Now wait a minute. Come to think of it, I think there was something about a retired professor who lives in a big house on the edge of the moors.
A professor? That'll work. I can try it anyhow.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to see the master, please.
And what name shall I have?
He wouldn't know my name. Tell him Annabella Smith.
Yes, sir.
Is that someone for me, George?
Yes, Professor.
How do you do?
How do you do? My name is, Hammond. I've come from London, from Annabella Smith.
Oh. Well, please, do come in. We can talk in the library.
Yes, of course.
And please, take a seat. Could I get you a drink?
No thank you.
All right. Well, Mr. Hannay, what can I do for you?
Hannay? You know me?
Well, why yes. And I'm sure it's appropriate now to use your right name. And what of our mutual friend, Annabella?
She's been murdered.
Ah, well, why yes. Poor girl. The police are looking for you, however.
Yes, but I didn't do it.
Of course not. But why did you come all the way to Scotland to tell me that?
She had hoped to come see you about some air ministry secret that was being transported out of the country. Sue was killed by a foreign agent before she had the chance.
Ah. Did she tell you what this foreign agent might look like?
No, only that the little finger on one of his hands was missing.
Huh. On which hand, Mr. Hene?
On the left, I believe.
Are you sure it couldn't have been on the right?
It might have been.
Would it be like my hand?
You're the one
She was trying to warn you about. It seems that you misunderstood poor Annabella. She was trying to tell you to kill me, not bring me information.
So, what are we going to do about it?
Well, you see, that's just the thing. I'm a well-respected citizen around here, and it would hurt my reputation if someone were to find out that I wasn't all that I seemed to be. You understand my position?
Yes, quite.
The question is now, why are you here, Mr. Hene? Why have you made me be in this complicated situation? I can't merely lock you up in a room. I have my wife and my children to think about. So the question is, what do I do to prevent you from finding out the information that I have to leak out of the country?
Well, I'm not sure.
Well, I have this little revolver here. Pretty little thing, isn't it? What if I were to just leave you alone in here with it? And the news lines tomorrow would read that the Portland Place murderer has taken his own life.
You want me to kill myself? You're mad! I won't do it!
Well then, I'm afraid that you leave me no alternative. You should have stayed in London, my friend. Georgia? Oh, Georgia?
Yes, Professor.
Hi. We have a little task inside.
Where is it, sir?
There's a body behind the table over there. We need to load him up into the car, and when it's dark, dump him somewhere.
Here, sir.
Yes, Georgia, behind the table.
There's no one here.
What?
Well, you could look.
I shot him! He was laying right there!
Well, it seems the body has disappeared, sir.
Get out of the road, please! What do you mean by standing in front of my car? You might have been killed!
I'm sorry, miss. I just wanted to live. Will you mind? Miss Stewart, how do you do?
You! What are you doing here?
Richard Hene is my name. I believe we've met. On a train, wasn't it?
Yes, I believe so.
And you handed me over to the police, didn't you?
Oh, get away from me!
Oh, don't worry. I won't hold it against you.
That's very kind of you.
What are you doing in Mashallah?
I live here.
Charming place, isn't it? Do you know where the local police station is?
Yes, of course.
Take me there, and hurry, please.
I suppose you know what you're doing.
Why, yes. You see, I know the man who killed Annabella Smith.
Is that so?
The same man who shot me a few minutes ago.
Shot you? Where?
Right in the cigarette case. See? There's a hole in the middle of it. Funny little things, cigarette cases. If I would have been carrying around in my breast pocket the whole time, the hole would have been in my chest. Just think, last week I was trying to quit.
And just who was this arch villain?
A man who calls himself the Professor.
Oh, you don't mean Professor Bartlett, do you?
I didn't stop to inquire his last name.
Oh!
Oh, come on now. It isn't as funny as all that.
So you mean that you're actually going to the police with the story? That Professor Bartlett shot you? That he killed the woman that you're accused of killing?
Of course. Why not?
I mean, it's just silly, that's all. You see, the Professor, he's a very good friend of the Sheriff's, and I'm sure the Sheriff would be very interested in your story.
Yes, I see your point. It hadn't occurred to me that... Stop the car, I'm getting out.
Oh, no you're not. You said you wanted to go to the Sheriff's office, and that's just where you're going. And if you make any gestures to jump out, I'll turn this car into a ditch.
Well, aren't you just a sweet little thing?
Now you just sit tight, Mr. Hene. We're going rather fast.
You don't have the nerve, of course.
Haven't I? Just try me.
All right, I will.
Don't touch that crate!
Where are you? Are you alright?
I'm quite all right, thank you.
Why did you swerve? We could have been killed.
Hello there!
There's someone coming. Get down.
Let's go with me. Hello! Hello over here! Richard and May!
Alright, Hene, we've got you.
We've been looking for you.
Let go of me.
Are you the police?
Yeah, cuff her too.
Me? I don't even know this man!
Oh, cut whining and get in the car. Both of you.
Will you please move over? Ow! My wrist!
Well, you asked me to move, so if I move, you move with me. It's a scientific
Officer! Must I be chained to this man?
Aye, you must. And keep your mouth shut about it.
Wait! Where are we going? This isn't the way to the sheriff's office.
Just shut your mouth.
It's the real head we're taking you to see. The chief.
Would you like to have a small bet with me, Pamela?
All right, I'll have it with you, Sherlock.
I'll bet you 100 to 1 that the man they're taking us to has the top part of his little finger missing.
If you don't shut your mouth, we're gonna shut it for you.
You see, Pamela, I win. The man that they're taking us to, the chief, is your charming old friend, the professor.
What are we stopping for?
There's a whole flock of sheep in the road.
Go the horn.
Come on, we'll have to go shoo them away. Go.
Come on, now's our chance. When I say jump, jump and run for your life.
Suppose they catch us.
Come on, jump!
Hey! They're getting away!
Let him have it.
They're shooting at us!
Come on, let's forward.
We now return to WBFR Playhouse of the Air's presentation of The 39 Steps. I'm glad to see so many of you are still with us. Oh dear. I see we won't be ready for another 60 seconds. However, thanks to our sponsor's remarkable foresight, we have a message that will fit in here nicely.
Wouldn't you just like to get away from it all? Forget about your worries and relax for a while. For a short rest when you're on a long haul, or honeymoon after you've just walked down the aisle. Spot a vacancy sign and you'll be sure there's no finer place you can stay. It's the Bates Motel, 12 rooms, 12 showers, you can wash your cares away. It's the Bates Motel, open all hours, every day is a holiday.
Have you been looking for a vacation spot that's tailor-made for good times? Experienced travelers prefer the Bates Motel for its special personality, quiet dignity, and friendly charm. This new, completely modern motel offers accommodations with the latest improvements, including insulated walls, metal furniture, box springs, Venetian blinds, carpeted floors, free radios, and parking directly in front of the 12 guest rooms. Pleasantly air-conditioned in the summer and snugly heated in the winter, each room features a private tiled bath and an abundance of hot water. Nothing old-fashioned but the hospitality that even Mother would say is second to none. The Bates Motel is truly an experience you will treasure for the rest of your days. Just call for prompt teletype reservations.
It's the Bates Motel, 12 rooms, 12 showers, you can wash your cares
We now
away.
return to these 39 steps. When we last left Hene and Pamela, they were running for their lives through the Highlands of Scotland. Well, they're still running, but Here they come now.
Oh, please, slow down. I'm out of breath. I can't go any further. I've lost my shoe.
20 million women on this island and I'm chained to you? Go ahead, sit down for a minute.
Why don't you just give yourself up?
To whom?
To Scotland Yard!
Well, it's a little impractical at the moment. You see, there's this huge conspiracy against this country, and I'm the only man who can stop it.
What chance have you got to escape? You're handcuffed to me!
Save that question for your husband if you get one.
Oh, you big bully!
Gesundheit. I see some lights over that way. It looks like an inn. Come on, let's get going.
What kind of place do you think this is?
Well, it looks like an inn. Come on, let's see if we can get a room.
Good evening. Welcome to King's Head Tavern. What can I do for you and the lady?
We'd just like to stay the night. We had an accident with our car a while back.
Oh, well, that's too bad. I suppose you'd like to stay the night?
Of course.
Well, follow me. This is your room.
Right, put it under Hawkinson. Mr. and Mrs. Hawkinson.
Okay, one room. All right.
Good night.
Good night.
Oh, wait, please! You mustn't go!
Is there anything the matter?
Yes, well,
You see, she just wants to tell you something. You see,
Yes,
we're a runaway couple.
Oh, I see.
So if you could just not tell anyone that we were here, that'd be great.
I was young once. It'll be okay.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
I'm sorry, Pamela.
of all the outrageous things! You can't expect me to spend the night alone in this room with you!
Well, I don't think you have much of a choice.
I didn't ask to come with you!
And I didn't invite you.
Well, aren't you scared that those men are going to find us?
I'm not thinking of that as much as a way to get these handcuffs off.
Oh, well, I think I have a nail file in my pocket.
Wouldn't that be dandy? If you file 24 hours a day for 10 years, then we might eventually be free. Think of it. Just being stuck with you for 10 years. It's a horrible thought.
I'm tired of your insults! I'm going to tell the innkeeper the whole story!
You want me to hang for a murder I didn't commit?
As long as you hang, I don't care whether you committed it or not.
What a bloodthirsty creature you are. Haven't you any pity?
Nope.
Ow! What are you doing?
I'm trying to file the handcuffs.
Well, don't jab me in the wrist that way. I don't like it.
At least I'm trying to do something.
Well, while you're doing that, I'm going to try and get some sleep. I haven't had a wink in 48 hours. You mind if I stretch out on this chair over here?
Not at all. I just don't see how you can sleep at a time like this.
Thank you. Watch me.
Listen, did you hear that?
It's your imagination.
It's not my imagination. I heard a car. Well, all right, if you don't care.
I don't care. I just don't care.
Good morning, Mr. Wilkinson.
How did you get free?
Oh, you see, a little trick while you were sleeping. I picked the lock. I tried to do the same for you, but the file broke.
Say, why are you being so nice? Are you feeling ill or something?
No, why should I?
You were well, why didn't you leave? You were very anxious to last night, if I remember correctly.
Well, you see, something changed my mind while you were asleep. You see, I went downstairs after I got free, and the car that you said I imagined belonged to our pursuers. They were down there when I got there.
Did they see you?
No, they didn't. I hid behind the counter. But they were talking a lot about the 39 steps.
The 39 steps?
Yes, and don't ask me what it means, because I don't know.
What room are these men in?
Oh, they left about 4 or 5 hours ago.
4 or 5 hours? 4 or 5 precious hours wasted. How could you let this happen?
Don't you speak to me like that!
My dear girl, I'm accused of murder, and the only way that I can get free is to expose those spies.
They said they were going to London Music Hall to pick someone up.
The 39 Steps. London Music Hall. It doesn't make any sense.
Why don't you go to Scotland Yard?
You said it yourself. They won't believe me.
Well, then why don't I go to Scotland Yard?
Well, why not? They believe you.
Of course they would.
Come on, I know where we need to go.
Do you wish your order now, sir?
No thank you. I'm waiting for someone.
Pardon me, but you look so familiar. Are you someone famous?
Oh, no, I'm not. Will you bring me a bottle of ale, please?
Very good.
Make that too, please.
Pamela, sit down. What happened? Did you go to Scotland Yard?
I did. And prepare yourself for a shock. You see, I talked to the Air Ministry and they said that there's no documents that are missing that would be of any possible interest to spies.
Are you sure? That's incredible.
Well, that's exactly what they said.
Well, I just don't understand it.
Oh, listen, I think you need to leave.
And go where?
Anywhere. Leave the country. I'll help you. Oh, I know it sounds silly, but I couldn't bear them catching you again.
Well, you know, if I weren't in this mess, I'd... Nothing. What's that tune you're whistling?
That silly one of yours must have picked it up.
Pamela, you're brilliant!
Me? What did I do?
I know where I've heard that tune before. And I know where we have to go.
Where?
Come on, follow me. Pamela, sit down.
Oh, this is all very silly. The show's almost over.
I'm just playing a hunch, that's all.
Ladies and gentlemen, with your kind attention and permission, I now have the great honor of presenting to you one of the most remarkable men in the world, Mr. Memory.
See that man up there in the box? It's the professor.
You've got to get out of here before he sees you.
No, sit down. Listen.
Mr.
Pamela, I've got it. I've got it.
Got what?
Of course there are no papers missing. All of the information is inside Mr. Memory's head. You see, the details of that Air Ministry secret were borrowed, memorized by this man, and then replaced before anyone could find out.
I still don't understand.
Are you Richard Hene?
Well,
You're under arrest.
Look, stop. There's something here you ought to know.
Come along, quietly.
But there's a man on the stage.
Don't spoil people's entertainment.
Questions, please. Do not hesitate.
Mr. Memory, what are the 39 steps? Come on, answer up. What are the 39 steps?
Well, the 39 Steps is a collection of spies that are gathering information for the Foreign Office.
It's that man up there in the box. Who shot him? Stop that man!
Stop that man! Stop him!
I want to see Mr. Memory. Detective, have you a pencil and piece of paper?
Yes.
I need you to write down everything you hear. I'm going to prove to you that the man who shot Mr. Memory is the same who murdered the woman that I am accused of killing.
Now, I don't know what this is.
Listen! Do exactly as he tells you, please!
What is it?
We want to see Mr. Memory. How is he, Doctor?
Pretty bad. Did you get the man accused?
We got him all right. I don't know what this is.
Mr. Memory, how are you?
Good?
I need to ask you a question.
Yes.
What was the Air Ministry secret you were taking abroad?
Would it be alright me telling you, sir?
It was quite a large job to learn. I wouldn't just want to throw it all away.
It'll be quite alright.
Well, the feature for the new engine was the greatly increased ratio of compression, represented by R minus over R, standing for the gamma compression ratio. And at elevation, with the alignment of the two cylinders, it renders the engine completely silent. Am I right, sir?
Quite right, old chap.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This way. We'll pick up the police car on the corner.
The police car? What do you mean? Where are we going?
Easy now. Easy. We just want to get the story on the record.
Oh,
That's better.
that's better.
Nothing to worry about, Mrs. Hene. He'll be a free man in an hour.
Mrs. Hene,
Oh.
what are you talking
Oh,
about?
I'm sorry. I thought...
Mrs. Hene, could you imagine? We were together 24 hours, and we fought the entire time.
20, you were asleep, 4 of them.
Could you imagine what it would be like? Fight for breakfast, fight for lunch, fight for dinner. One long, drawn-out battle for the next 30 or 40 years.
Oh, 40 years? Do you think we can actually keep it up that long?
Well-
I mean, really?
Well, we could try.
You will be relieved to hear that Pamela and Hene's story ended happily. They did not get married. And that concludes WBFR Playhouse of the Air's presentation of The 39 Steps, our offering for tonight. But I have not reached the end of my rope. Next week, you will hear from me again without a shadow of a doubt. But put your suspicion to rest and join us each and every week for what I assure you will be something rich and strange that will leave you spellbound. Until next time, good evening.
Hello, I hope you enjoyed the Encore Players' first virtual theater production. It's definitely been a strange year as we've learned to adapt to these changes, but we're thrilled that we were able to still come together and perform some theater no matter the circumstances. This production was different than any previous one we've ever done, and it's been hilarious as we've all learned together how to do a virtual play. Even with the majority of rehearsals being on Zoom and having staggering cast meetings, I hope you were able to see how much fun the cast had in telling this story. I would like to give some special thank yous to everyone that helped bring this show together. First and foremost, the East Central administration for being so innovative at figuring out how theater can still occur while being socially distant. Also to Artie Foreman and to the physical plant for building us another remarkable set. I'm always so blown away at what they're able to put together. Finally, to Mr. Jeffrey Hodges and the art students who painted the beautiful artwork on the set. Those students include Kendra Allen, Maggie Noel, Asa Burton, Haley Franklin, Ty Ragg, Bailey Wood, Cheyenne Bates, and Montana Butler. So thank you to all of you. Lastly, I would like to thank my longtime musical director, Abby Miller, for stepping in to help with filming and putting this all together, even though this was not a musical. And also to Melinda Rich for volunteering to be our set change magician. This show was a group effort and was built by everyone involved. So this was a new way to experience theater and to watch the Encore Players perform. So I hope you enjoyed Alfred Hitchcock's The 39 Steps, and thank you so much for being a supporter and still watching the programs that we put on.